Messiah is supposed to be from the lineage of, from the bloodline of King David. So how does DNA doesn't matter? For a couple of reasons. Number one, we have a tradition of people that have come from a certain family. Like, for example, the Kohanim. We know that the Kohanim go all the way back to Aaron HaKohen. We also know that the vast majority of Jews in the world today are from the tribe of Yehuda, which is the tribe of King David. So many Jews today could very well be from the family of King David, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's Moshiach. That's number one. Number two, we don't have to figure out who the Mashiach is, because the Torah already promises us that Eliyahu Navi is going to come and he's going to tell us in the name of God who the Mashiach is. So we don't have to exert any type of energy figuring out when the Mashiach is going to arrive or who the Mashiach is going to be. We don't have to do any blood checks, we don't have to do any DNA checks or anything like that. So that's another reason. Now the third aspect of it is that while people put a lot of weight into DNA as far as they believe it's something that's so substantial that you need to change the law based on it, what they don't realize is that as sophisticated as DNA is, the criminals are more sophisticated. They're more sophisticated, and there's actually ways to alter the DNA, alter the tests, make mistakes, and this is something that apparently people are either ignoring or they're oblivious of. But either way, the Torah did not tell us to determine who's Jewish and who's not based on DNA tests that only became possible in recent generation. The Torah told us to determine who's Jewish and who's not based on the law. The law says if the mother is Jewish, then the son or the daughter is Jewish. If the person converts to Judaism, then they accept the burden of Torah upon them, they follow it, then they're Jewish. That's it. We don't need the DNA test. We don't need modern day technology in order to change our Torah. We can use modern day technology to help our lives as long as it doesn't contradict the Torah or expect us to change the Torah, but to just simply decide a new law based on something that just came up in the last a couple of decades that's questionable whether it's legitimate or not in many aspects, and certainly can be manipulated. I'm not really sure if you guys are as educated about DNA as you think you are. But either way, Judaism does not determine itself based on DNA. Judaism is determined based on the laws of the Torah. This is the same exact thing that I tell all of the foolish leaders and absolute morons in some cases that go from the Hebrew Israelites that harp on the fact that they are Jewish, even though they don't follow the Torah, even though they don't know anything about Torah, even though they follow idolatry of the New Testament, even though they literally don't have any concept whatsoever of what determines your Judaism or not. They determine themselves to be the real Jews based on their skin color, because they're of darker complexion. This literally, anyone that learns Torah, literally, if you have a scale where like on one side there's like intellect and on the other side there's stupidity, what would happen is if you put the determining factor of how the Hebrew Israelites, which were originally called, I think, black Hebrew Israelites, because most of them are black people, but not necessarily all of them anymore. Apparently they're recruiting some Mexicans and some other people of darker complexion. Pretty much as long as you're not Jewish really, and as long as you're not white, you could be part of this new movement. Anyway, what happened here is that if you look at their deciding factor of what makes you Jewish, being the skin color, and you put it on the scale, one side is stupid, one side is smart, intellect, right? When you put it on that side, what would happen is that the stupid side would be so heavy that it would break the scale, go through the ground, all the way to the bottom of the equator. And then everybody's going to sue you because you ruined the world. Like literally, if you actually put this this vomit that comes out of their mouth, and you put it on a scale, you make it tangible, you put it on a scale, the mass of stupidity would be at such a high level, it would literally put a hole in the world. That's how dumb it is. Why? Because the Torah is as clear as day with what the rules are. It's not subjective. It's not, determined by different people, we have clear laws. And when a person comes to the Jewish people and starts telling them that they're not real Jews, and that's because you're not black, that's because all these stupid things, it's like, I can't believe that people are falling for this. It's a sad state for humanity. Now, of course, there are some people that want to believe that they're Jews for different reasons. But again, there's no reason to live a fantasy. You want to be Jewish, you're welcome to become Jewish. Follow the Torah. Follow what makes people Jewish, which is following the Torah. Simple. Now you're going to say, yeah, but many Jews don't follow the Torah. You're right. Many Jews don't follow the Torah. But since their mother was Jewish, and this is not something that just happened, their mother and their mother's mother and their mother's mother, all the way to the original, they were Jewish. Whether they follow the Torah or not, they're still Jewish. Now, halachically, you don't treat them as a regular Jew. You treat them as someone, obviously, it's a sinner. But nonetheless, they're still Jewish. They're still within that Torah law. But you that came in as a non-Jew, from non-Jewish parents, to just decide that you're Jewish because you have a certain skin color? I mean, I don't know where they found this, if not a comic book, but it's certainly not in the Torah. It's certainly not in the Torah. And it's sad that this movement is cult, is unfortunately growing and is just really harming people's lives. It makes them very, very hateful people. Now, of course, they're going to say, I'm hateful and I'm this and I'm that. But, by all means, anyone that looks at the track record of people that I've helped and compares it to all of the Black Hebrew Israelite organizations combined all of them throughout all of history. All of them throughout all of history, combine it to what I do by myself, without even including Rav Ephraim, without including Rav Shavit, without including anybody else in the organization, just me by myself, against all of the Black Hebrew Israelites, throughout all of their history, and you compare it to what I do in 1 month. 1 week. And there's no comparison. Why? Because they don't help anybody. They don't help anybody. They help themselves. They enrich themselves. They make people hateful. And unfortunately, they don't help anybody. And this came from their own people. Their own people that have contacted us, their own people that have written publicly about them, their own people that have come out of this cult have admitted that it's literally a whole big fraud. But everything that's against the Torah is a fraud. It's just that, unfortunately, people are blinded by all types of false beliefs. Sometimes those false beliefs come from within, and you have to remove it. If it's against the Torah, it's against the truth, it's against God. Stay away from it.
Toda Rabba to Bezrat Hashem from Nova Galev, from Bnei Menashe in Israel. Toda Rabba. Shabbat Shalom.